Come on, let's go!
Greetings, citizens of the internet! You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome back to my extremely riveting Let's Play of Klonoa for the Wii. In the last episode, we went to Granny's house to tell her about, or not Granny, she's called the Chiefess in this remake, but she was called Granny in the original version, whatever. In the last episode, we told Granny that we had the moon pendant back at home in Breezegale, but unfortunately Joker overheard us Joker overheard us and went to Breezegale to get it for himself. And in this episode, we're heading back to Breezegale. I don't know why we can't just skip travel there from the map, but Tessellating Hexagons has already made this joke, and I shouldn't be ripping off jokes from other Let's Plays because that was kind of an original. Also, I'm going to make a conscious effort not to constantly babble incoherently. So, I really like this level. Like, these emblems, they may look familiar. You've got, in the top left, you've got the one for the Four-Lock Forest, which it had sometimes a fly movement of it. In the top right, there's the one for Breezegale, and at the bottom, there's the one for Jugpot. And in the middle, there's a crescent moon. You may have, it's already been mentioned about you may have heard, if you've been paying attention to this game, that there was a mythical moon kingdom, and this is the way forward, so let's not go there. And also, this pod airship thingy here is the same one Lafitte was in at the start. I thought at first that like it was Joker using it, but apparently she was escaping from somewhere and crash landed into Breezegale. I never really got it. And I missed that collectible person, so I have to go back up. Okay, so this level, the Ruins of the Wind Kingdom, might possibly be my favourite level in the game, because, like, for one, this music's really awesome. I'll let you listen to it. Because I've used this, it's like a dark reprise of the Windmill song, which is the music that plays in Vision 1-1 and the second half of Vision 1-2 for some reason. And this music's called The Ruins Air, and I used it in my original Cars 2 review when I was explaining why some parts of the plot didn't work. But anyway, I also really like the lore behind this level, because according to the manual, this is the old palace of the Wind God, because in the manual backstory, in the manual there's a backstory which basically said there were 4 gods of Phantom Isle, and then the Moon God went into hiding and he hid away the power of dreams. This is alluding to events that happen in the plots. And also I like this mural here. It's partially covered by the hearts, unfortunately, but basically, well, it's not anymore, but okay, we're getting hit by these gibblers, they're called. And it's like a mural which shows Klonoa, the Rindwing, the Crescent Moon, and the Piranha Plant from Mario for some reason. It's almost as if like Klonoa's coming here was foretold in ancient legends or something like that. And also in Japanese and several other languages from Far East Asia, the word for four sounds like the word for death. And this is Vision 4, which is the ruins, and towards the end there's a bit of a graveyardy bit and there's some ghost enemies, which will be coming up shortly, so I don't really think it's that much of a spoiler. And I have to climb all the way back up there. And also, I like to imagine this is where Klonoa, the Klurs, or whatever you want to call Klonoa species, used to live, because like they're collectible people here, and like these broken windmills. And this is the graveyardy bit coming up, and there are the ghosties. Oh, wait a minute, that means that bit I saw earlier wasn't optional then. I need to go backtrack. And like, I don't know why, but there's there's kind of art to making things look grey without them looking all boring and stuff. And this is the kind of a grey in a good way. I think this might be one way actually. Oh no, it's not, that's good. And I like this rotating bit here. I mean, it's small, but it's another good use of 2.5D, and I got hit in the face by that watermelon thing, which prevents me from going back, and I might have missed a collectible person, so... Oops. Let's see if I can cheese my way back. Yes, I can. That's good. Oh, but I need to double... Oh, there's a moo here. That's good. Oh, why am I such an idiot? I didn't forget to go this way. This was the way on the path. Duh. This was the way on the path. I forgot that Oh, wait a minute. What's that bit down there, then? That's the bit that I missed. I'm sorry that my idiocy was not fun to watch. Like, I get really annoyed when people in Let's Plays don't know what they're doing, and I kind of just like feel like practically yelling at the computer, telling them, no, oh, I shouldn't have got that because, oh no, there's a double fairy, a mirror fairy, not double fairies are what Tessellating Hexagons calls them because he forgot what they were called, and I collected 2 of the gems, or dream crystals, or whatever you want to call them, or dream stones as Exo Paradigm Gamer calls them for some reason. And also there's some Phantom Island writing here, but no one knows what it means because I don't think there's any kind of official translation of the Phantom Island writing on the internet, or not even official any kind of translation. But anyway, I have lost my train of thought, and I've tried not to, but at least I haven't been going off topic too much, and at least I haven't been stumbling over my words too much, except that I totally have. But I'm working on it. I like how in the last episode of Kirby's Dream Land 3, I actually finally managed to like stick to one train of thought and not constantly babble like an idiot. Also, I was planning on originally reading the whole backstory out of the manual, but then I just decided not to for whatever reason. Like, I was going to do that in the first episode, and then I just ended up summarising it instead. And also, as you know, I did episode 1 in 2 takes because the first time I kind of sounded a bit weird. Yeah, I know it's, obviously, if you're watching this in the future, then this kind of is completely meaningless to you, but basically, there's been really long gaps between each episode because I've been busy with school and stuff. But tonight, the only real homework I have is to revise Blood Brothers, something I'm already pretty confident on, so that's good. And also, something else has been happening in my life recently. My uncle and auntie have gone on holiday to several countries in Far East Asia, first Japan and then like Taiwan, Hong Kong and China, and we have to look after their dog for 3 weeks. So that's the thing. Anyway, this is the graveyardy bit. And also, yeah, this is kind of where the game's pacing goes a bit weird because there's like not any cutscenes for the next 2 levels, and there's in this level and the next level, and there's no that in the background. And then there's just a bunch of plot twists a mile a minute at the end, but I don't really want to spoil the game because that's kind of rude and I need to stop vaguely spoiling games. And I like this bit actually because it's an antipiece, because first of all, you're shown like a new obstacle in a place there's no danger to you because you just fall onto a lower platform. But coming up soon, there's one of those flipping platforms on top of a bottomless pit, so you do have to be careful this time. And there's also spiky enemies in the background. I kind of wish that this 2.5D thing could have taken off because it's leads this game to have some really interesting level designs. But on the other hand, it's just like... But on the other hand, it makes this game feel more unique, and I'm kind of paraphrasing Official Nintendo Magazine's review of this game, but whatever. But also, like, I came to a realisation recently, the platformers like this one are about, like, the journey, because they have all sorts of, like, fun levels and stuff. Then, like, RPGs are about the destination, because, like, you mainly keep playing them because because you're looking forward to the story, even when there's, like, not really, the gameplay's not really that fun. Because, like, Extra Paradigm Gamer talked about this in his review of Super Mario Sunshine, extrinsic rewards and intrinsic rewards. And I realised this when I realised that the only reason I kept doing this the really frustrating Flames of Disaster mission in Monster Hunter Stories, which I still haven't beaten at the time this video was made, is because I just wanted to get rewarded at the end of it. Yeah, Monster Hunter, until recently I couldn't really get into Monster Hunter Stories, but now I've kind of decided what game my next Let's Play is going to be. I'm not going to say what it is, and if you're watching this in the future where I have already made that Let's Play, then you already know what it is, so... I'm just talking redundancies, and I missed that, so I need to go back and get it, but not before falling into a graveyard and dying. Also, this is a very Halloween-y part of the level. I mean, in Klonoa 2 there's a part which is even more Halloween-y, but I don't celebrate Halloween, so why am I talking about this? Well, actually, I know why I'm talking about this, because this reminds me of Halloween, because it's a spooky graveyard, but it's also slightly whimsical because it has all those curvy shapes and stuff. Like, one of my favourite aesthetics is what I like to call rickety angular. Because there's also, like, those trees you saw in the background and all this other, like, graveyardy stuff. But then there's also spirit tracks of all those weird angular spirals in it. And anyway, what I wanted to say earlier, and I fell again, is that, like, yesterday, it wasn't yesterday. In the last video, I was talking about, like, works of fiction that were tightly plotted. And another work of fiction which is tightly plotted, as in, like, there's a bunch of plot elements introduced, they all come together at the end in a really satisfying way, if it's not necessarily mystery, is Wings of Fire. The problem is, I don't really have anything to say about Wings of Fire besides moaning about the British covers in Do Judge a Book by its cover, and I haven't done this on YouTube, but I also moaned about the artwork in the graphic novel of the Dragonette Prophecy, because like, I think the reason why I don't really like Wings of Fire as much as I think I can, even though it is pretty fun to read, is because it's one of those things that was designed to go on forever, basically, because it was published by Scholastic, and they excel in making book series that are just like not grind forever. It's like Wings of Fire is written in a way where like this is the end of the level, where like there's loads. It's defined by the world rather than this like one specific character. So like they can just introduce new characters.
Wahoo! Come on, let's go!
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Scholastic only publishing rights to lots of really like children's book series with lots of books in like Guardians of Ga'Hoole, and they also own the rights to Harry Potter in America. And in this country, Guardians of Ga'Hoole, or Guardians of Ga'Hoole, as I used to think it was pronounced, was published by HarperCollins. But we need to get back on topic. This level continues the death theme because, well, you'll see later, but I'm going to miss the life, but it's no big deal because it's not like I die very much. And also this part of the level really reminds me of Pupsville from the Dog Island, or the aesthetic of the Dog Island in general, because that's like all these fields and colourful little flowers and stuff. And I really hope I don't miss this collectible person, and I didn't, that's good. I almost did though. And also, to be honest, I don't really like this music that much because like, I used to like, when I first played this game, I kept dying against the boss because, spoiler alert, there's a boss. There's a boss every 2 levels if you didn't, or if you couldn't already tell. In Klonoa 2, sometimes there's a boss every 2 levels, sometimes there's a boss every 3 levels. It's a bit inconsistent, but we're not playing Klonoa 2, we're playing Klonoa 1. But anyway, what was I? But anyway, like this music just feels really weird because it's like steel drums, but it's not like a beach level or anything, and it's like really fast paced and unlike anything else in the game. And I kept having to listen to this because I kept dying against the boss the first time I played this game because, well, actually I am good at video games now, but I started being good at video games in 2012 when I played Pokemon White 2, Phantom Hourglass and Skyward Sword, and I'm waiting for this Rusty Tosty Ghosty or Roasty Toasty Ghosty to spawn, so... Oh, come on. I don't even know what half these enemies are called and I can't be bothered to look them up, unlike in Kirby's Dream Land 3 where I just gave up because I couldn't be bothered, and because the captions kept moving, and because the screen kept moving but the captions didn't. And that glowing rock kind of looks like the evil crystal from Skyward Sword. And also there's a part of this music that reminds me of the Ballad of Gale from the Wind Waker. It's not here, because I was trying to listen, because I have the TV volume set down really low so I don't get feedback. I used to have it set down to 5, but now I have it set down to 2. But anyway, this is the death theme I was talking about because it's got a skeleton, and what happened, and when do you see what, and what can you, and what are skeletons associated with? Death! Death, dying and murder. And also for some reason this place still reminds me of the weird chocolate cake in, the background here still reminds me of the chocolate cake in that Build My Workshop Yes game, just not as much as the one in Vision, as the background in Vision 1-2 did. I mean, they're kind of similar actually because they are near each other, so it makes sense. And the exit is one way, and there's an optional side area the other way, and the exit is on the left, and I can't remember if it's in this room or not because the last time I played this game I missed it, and then I just kind of stopped playing in that replay because I couldn't be bothered to go back. And then I started this Let's Play because aren't I great at planning? And this enemy, I like to call it a Poe because it kind of looks like the Poes from Zelda. And I was going to say that there was a part that sounded like the Ballad of Gales, but it's skipped again. Actually, that part has like similar instruments to Jugpot Falls, which is the music that plays in 2-2. And for some reason I felt compelled to sing the theme song to Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue for no other reason than 2-2 rhymes with rescue rhymes with 2. That wasn't very well worded, I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to stay on topic because I want to be a better Let's Player. I want to improve is what I meant to say in a better worded way. We're going on a trip in our favourite rocket ship. And also I am very... Do I have a good singing voice? Because I think I have a good singing voice, but it's always have that problem where you feel embarrassed listening to yourself, which I think everyone does. But still. And I can't jump up there. I think I have to chain jump. This is a bit annoying. Actually, I think I have to jump from this part, from the top bit. And then kill some of the watermelon guys, so the spiky watermelons are known as death, so they won't be in the way. And there's more bones, this time a rib cage. Really makes you think of what the backstory of this place could be, but they don't really elaborate it because Klonoa is the kind of game where everything's like kind of series where everything's a bit vague because it's all left up to imagination because it's a whimsical fantasy world where things don't have to make sense. Why am I singing this? I don't know. I don't know. There's a collectible person in here, by the way. By the way, I also really like the windmill song, can't you tell? Because like I think the windmill song to me kind of represents how like the first time I heard this game was from Kid Icarus, and I thought I'd never like play it. It would just be some random game which I'd never play. It's some random obscure PlayStation game. Then eventually I learned there was a Wii remake of it from Official Nintendo magazine, but I didn't really care about it until not Kid Icarus. Exo Paradigm Game reviewed it, and then I ended up playing this game and I accidentally went into it a bit spoiled because I saw like videos and read comments and stuff, and that's the exit. I hope I haven't missed anyone. I have missed someone. I need to go back. Collectible people makes it sound like they're slaves or something. It's a bit weird. I really hope I can go back and that I haven't reached a point of no return because that would kind of suck. I've reached a point of no return, haven't I? Oops. So I have to play through the stage again in order to get back. Oh, come on. This isn't very fun to watch. I'm so sorry. Oh, there's one person I missed, but that's because I died and... Yep, so there's another person I've missed, but who? I don't know. Oh, and also the Jugpot soldiers are here for some reason, and I don't know why. This isn't really near Jugpot. I'm still sucking at this boss. Well, not boss. I'm still sucking at this part. I'm gonna have to replay this level, aren't I? I'm so sorry if this isn't fun to watch. this is the part I missed then. Also, the very first time I saw a clip of this, it was in the PlayStation version with this specific section in Extra Paradigm Gamers Review, and I thought that it was underwater. Well, that's enough of me bumbling around by the idiot. I'll just go and skip ahead to when I finally get to the exit. Diversion, we're finally at the end of the level, and coming up soon is one of my favourite boss themes in anything ever. So I completely missed the crystal, and anyway, I'm going to keep silent till the start of the boss fight, and also there's a cutscene coming up.
Take that pendant, if you don't mind.
What is that?
That's far enough. I guess you were just a little too late. It's really too bad.
Joker!
Oh my, what have we here? Why, it's the moon pendant. How very unexpected.
You monster!
Anyway, now I have what I came for. All that's left is to get rid of you two!
Wow! Wow!
Be careful, Klonoa! And now, I happily bid you a fond farewell!
Stop, you coward!
Well, that was quick. The first time I played this, I didn't realise that you had to hit specific panels. I just threw wherever, and that's why I kept dying. And unfortunately, the boss battle ended before my favourite part of the music started playing. Well, it did start playing, but just not completely.
Hold on, Grandpa. Hold on.
Klonoa, I'm sorry. I couldn't stop them from taking the pendant.
Don't try to talk right now.
It's too late for me. I know that. Did you talk to the chiefess? That's good. You're a brave boy. It seems the wheels of fate have begun to turn. We didn't have much time, but you made me very happy. My wonderful child of the wind.
Grandpa!
You must get the pendant back. Because, Klonoa, that is your...
Grandpa! You gotta save your strength!
It is your destiny.
Grandpa!
I'm so sorry this happened, Grandpa.
Grandpa!
Klonoa? We have to go after the pendant now.
Yeah, but we know the pendant is in the Temple of the Sun. How are we supposed to get there?
Hey, look! What's that? Isn't she from Jugpot?
Pamela!
I didn't know she could fly.
King Seedoff and the chiefess of Forlock Forest told me everything that happened. Come, get up on my back. Now, we're off. To the Temple of the Sun.
We can do it, Klonoa!
The Temple of the Sun! Yeah! Let's go!
What I was trying to say before I got cut off by the cutscene was that the boss music, which is called Palladium's Drive or Palladium's Drive or however you want to pronounce it, I used to pronounce it as Palladium but Tessellating Hexagons pronounces it as Palladium, is that my favourite part of the music started playing and then it ended before, but then I ended the boss fight before like it could go or the music could even loop once. Because that boss fight can be really easy if you know what you're doing, but the first time I played this game, I didn't know what I was doing, so instead of Grandpa's chair like I normally use, I think I'll use my favourite section of Palladium's Drive for the outro music. Anyway, next time in my extremely riveting Let's Play of Klonoa for the Wii, we shall be going into Vision 5-1, the Temple of the Sun. Until then, stay interesting!